All right, so here we are, back again in part three. Um, last couple of videos, if you didn't catch them, you can catch them on my channel. This is Reliable Doubt. And with no further ado, we're going to get into part three, where we talk about the movie makeover for the nerdy new girl in town who doesn't have very much self esteem, more of an introvert type, but she wants to be popular for one reason or another, whether it be for the affection of a girl or society as a whole, or did I say affection of a girl? Yeah, affection of girls, like their friends and stuff, like the acceptance. But I really meant to say affection of guys, or get the guys' attention instead of just being a regular human being. For some reason, I see this is one thing that I see the most in society where there's the cop out of, oh, if I'm just attractive enough, then somebody will just come talk to me, and I don't have to worry about finding the person that I want or going after the person I really want. I can just settle with some option that life gives me. Right? You're just along for the ride. So yeah, that's what the makeover essentially is all about. It's the escape from the responsibility of responding to your own self and your own nature and your own natural inclinations to pursue something that you want. So not only do you not believe in yourself, but you're not even going after your life goals for real, like literally life goals. You know what I'm saying? Not financial life goals, for example. So they've already got you rejecting men, and you don't even know, or they've got women rejecting men, and they don't even understand what it is they're looking for anymore because they can't look for what they want, because why would they don't have the option to pursue, because I guess that's like aggressive or something. Somebody made that aggressive. Somebody with their opinions talking in the background, much like myself. But with no further ado, let's get into it.
Growing up, I couldn't get enough of movie makeovers. There's something very satisfying and escapist about the poppy music, unlimited spending, mirror shots of a character, and outfits of varying ridiculousness. How formulaic they are didn't bother me, but it does now. So let's talk about why. The recipe is simple: nerdy, conventionally unattractive girl, someone to impress, and a willing friend or friend group. Let's break this formula down, starting with
The friend, the friend, another individual who I'm saying, like, okay, I'm gonna bring it from the heart, man. Like, it's been a lot of times growing up when I would express that I liked the girl that I was talking to, who I was friends with, and then she would go tell her friend to look at me sideways with them evil eyes and all of that, right? And say, "Oh, you shouldn't like him. He's this, he's that." You know what I mean? You shouldn't like him. He don't like him. He's whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever dumb thing that they could probably say to control her friend, because she wants to keep her friend at the end of the day, but I'm the new thing coming in. You know what I mean? And there was also this cliche back in the day where there was always like, um, when something new came or someone new came to town, they would take their friends, or they would take the attention away from the person who was originally there in the first place to begin with. So I could see that jealousy a lot of the times when I think about these crazy feminists. Um, they have to be regurgitating something that they heard from somebody, from somebody, from somebody, and there's so many of them regurgitating this information that it peer pressures a lot of women, into thinking a certain way because okay, well they think about it this way, then I can think about it this way too. I might not have experienced it, but there's enough of these videos and these faces that I'm seeing saying this very same thing. And you never know if these individuals are being paid to have this sort of information come out of their mouth, or you never know if it's real, or it might be both. It might be real and they might be getting paid to do it at the same time. So it's hard to really trust a situation like that. But at the same time, for some reason, I guess it's so prevalent, these patterns in women's lives, that that's all they see.
These makeovers are rarely self initiated. In fact, the participant is often completely happy as is. What generally drives the makeover is the friend, whose role is to recognize the quote unquote issue and initiate a plan to fix it. They're the
Exactly. Exactly. See, the way I think it happens is if the friend can change their appearance and get them results that they like, then the friend now controls the nerdy girl, because the nerdy girl is just a regular person. Like, she doesn't understand how society is going to see her from day to day because she's just not like the friend. But the friend keeps up with this stuff, and the friend basically starts controlling her. And when the friend starts losing control, just like a narcissist, the friend starts trying to destroy the source of why she's losing control over the nerdy girl.
one who buys the makeup, who gives advice on the clothing, and overall just runs the makeover operation, while the participant tags along. The appeal of the friend is the idea that they've laid everything out for the character, requiring them only to step into some new heels and bam, they're pretty. We automatically love the idea of things being laid out for us, so we enjoy watching the main character get pampered in this way. As far as the character themselves goes, they're often well intentioned but nonetheless comes across as quite materialistic, especially compared to the participant. Although the motivation and friend may sometimes be interchangeable, there's often an exterior force, such as a love interest, boss, or even just society as a whole. More often than not, this concept is framed around a girl getting a guy's attention. The trope very often reflects this, as most of the time the participant has been changed to meet male beauty ideals. The participant is perhaps the most important part of the entire concept. When it comes to their before look, these movies generally use the Hollywood shortcut to making a character unattractive: curly hair and glasses. It's also suggested that this character puts little into their appearance because of their unstyled hair, casual clothes, and either non existent or light makeup. On the other hand, the after generally fits almost every North American standard of beauty. Their already toned body is revealed, they put on makeup, and both suddenly and unrealistically, they're noticed by everyone around them. Which leads me to the glaring issue here is the implication that the before was unacceptable, placing conventional attractiveness over individuality. But another
Now, when you look like the before, that's when actually waiting for the right guy becomes necessary, because only the right guy should see beauty in the way you normally are, naturally are. You know what I mean? Unless you're just unkept and dirty and unclean. But even then, you might still meet somebody. You know what I'm saying? So basically, what I'm saying is the before is definitely, but the after is when you really can't trust anybody. The after is when all the guys are trying to push up on you, get your number, and all of that. You know what I mean? And you can't always trust these dudes. Some might be narcissists. Some just might not even really be interested in you for you. And that's the beauty of the before. That's the beauty of the before. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said,
Another flawed message is being sent to watchers. A message saying that this is self improvement, that changing your makeup, hair, and clothes changes your life. It's turning self exploration and growth into a formula, and an incorrect one at that. I'm all for movies and shows about actual self improvement, where a character recognizes a flaw in themselves and tries to fix it. Because while improving yourself as a person could very much change your life, wearing an expensive dress probably won't. If you're interested in more videos examining the
okay, so let's talk about the all three of the videos together here at the end. So basically, what they're saying is they want they want girls to reject their femininity, right? They want girls to reject their femininity. They want girls to not be like girly girls anymore. So they want them to completely throw away what their entire appeal of being a woman, right? But at the same time, they want you to dress in skimpy clothing and look girly, right? And they also want you to, okay, so it was get rid of the femininity, dress hot, you know what I mean? So a unfeminine hot girl who appeals, so she's not really the feminine girl that we think about in our head, like, okay. So and then the next thing is to try to impress guys by, I guess, being an asshole. Like that's gonna be, you know what I'm saying, attractive. Yeah, a little bit of crazy bitchness is attractive sometimes. But what I see happening more and more is that women are actually becoming less women and more whatever is on the media. You know what I mean? Like they, like a lot of them, I feel like are losing their sense of being a woman, right? Before it was like, oh yeah, we're women, and anything you can do, we can do better, or that song. But like, there's some women that are just really good at stuff, and that's cool too. But like, I can see how you could want to be like with against guys as a competition, and really that kind of helps humanity, grow in a way. You know what I mean? And I don't see why there's any unnatural thing about having all these differentiations and personalities in the world, as far as like, okay, how girly girlish are you, to how tomboyish or whatever. You know what I mean? But ultimately, what this ends up adding into is disliking masculinity. And we're going to get into that in the fourth part. But right now, this video is getting too long. I got to get up out of here. I will be back later with the next video. Peace. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you like my message so far. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep doing this. All right.